So when I was a kid, I used to think that somebody in their 40s was ancient. Not like just a little bit older, ancient, 1 foot in the grave ancient. But now that I'm in my 40s, I really don't feel that way at all. And in fact, running has kind of almost helped turn back the clock just a little bit. Sure, recovery takes a little bit longer, and definitely I have more on my plate, but I feel in better shape than I did when I was in my 20s. So today I felt like it was a good time to talk about running in your 40s. What's good, what's bad, what are the pros, what are the cons, why running in your 40s and training for a marathon in your 40s might be the best decade ever. Now, if you're in your 40s and you're training for a marathon, you probably already know this, but it's not just about running anymore. It's about managing your energy. Now, I am a teacher, a dad, and I'm still trying to figure out how fast I can go. And I've said this in lots of videos, but sometimes the real training, the real challenge feels like figuring out how to juggle all of the things: work, life, family. But the cool thing is that every single run that I go on teaches me a little bit more about what it means to be consistent. All right, so we made it out here for a run. It is about, 6:30 in the morning. I've got 5 kilometers in. I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here for a little bit. No coffee this morning, didn't have the time to make it. It is Sunday. Sunday's not a day off for me, even though I teach. Sunday is when I work at the gym. And I would say the first number one con has to be those extra responsibilities. Look, lots of people are super busy when they're 20, but it is different for most of us once we get a little bit older. We've got kids, jobs. I go on about it all the time, but those responsibilities just seem to get a little bit bigger, a little bit more important. I've got a classroom full of kids that grade 1, 5 and 6 year olds that mean a lot to me, and they're important to me. And so I have to make sure that I'm there for them, and I can't just always be completely worn out from running. Responsibilities. That's probably the number one con to getting a little bit older in training, is that they can weigh on you just a little bit and have a negative impact on your training. I'm going to finish up this run. Got to get to the gym, maybe pick up the pace a little bit. I'll talk to you guys after. I got to get this one done. So I am about 15 minutes away from my break, and on my break I'm going to do a full body workout: legs, back, chest, shoulders, all of it. We're going to hit a little bit of everything, but we are going to start with a little bit of foam rolling, and I am going to start with a little bit of pre-workout. I had to borrow this from somebody else that works here because I didn't bring anything with me, but we're going to get this down, get ready for the workout, and warm up with some foam rolling because we're a little bit tight. Legs are tight. I think that is a sign of getting old. All right. So I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys all day. Good gym session. I ended up running 5K on the treadmill, and then just doing a full body workout, just about half an hour, nice and light, Sunday afternoon. But the number 2 con, and this is one that I talk about a lot, is definitely sleep. One is that I don't seem to be able to get as much of it. I don't sleep through the night as much as I did when I was much younger. But also, when I have those bad nights, I don't bounce back nearly as quick as I did when I was a much younger man. It has a much higher impact on my heart rate, my effort level, everything that I'm trying to do inside the gym. So sleep is actually the number 2 con when it comes to getting older. All right, so I got home from work and immediately got spun around. My son is at a friend's house, so I gotta go pick him up. So I might as well talk to you for a second just about what the third con is of being a little bit older and doing marathon training. That third con is all about injuries and not being able to bounce back quite so quickly and having to be sort of hyper aware when little niggles pop up. I just don't bounce back as quickly, and I need to spend more time foam rolling. I need to focus a little bit more on my strength training. I need to pay attention to them before they get any worse, and not something I had to do quite so much when I was much younger. All right, that's the 3 cons. I'm gonna go pick up my son. We're gonna come back to the house, and we're gonna get into the pros, because there are a lot of good things about being older when it comes to training for a marathon. All right, so we have made it back to the office, and you know how I said that I was going to be just picking up my son, coming home, and I'd be able to finish up this video talking about the pros of marathon training in your 40s. Actually, that wasn't the full story, and kind of a pretty good example of what I meant by when I said earlier about having just a few more life stressors. One of those is actually that before I went and picked up my son, I had to go deliver some food to a friend in need. Then I went and picked up Dylan, and then after I picked up Dylan, we went to my sister-in-law's place and picked up a bunch of Christmas ornaments that she's not using anymore that I'm going to be able to use inside the classroom with my grade 1s. I am so excited for Christmas, but that is not why we're here. We are talking all about marathon training in your 40s and some of the pros, not the extra stuff. So the pros, and this is where things start to get good, because in my 40s, I train a whole lot smarter. I don't go out there trying to crush every single workout. I don't go out there trying to chase every single run, every single pace. I worry a lot less about what Strava is telling the other people that I'm running. I know the purpose behind everyone, and I value consistency over one hero session. That's one of the real advantages of getting older. You understand that more is not always better. Now, the mental game. The mental side of things is something else that you gain a lot when you get a little bit older and get a little bit more experiences. You've been through a lot. You've had a lot of stressors. You don't let things bother you so much. You know how, when things go bad, how to bounce back from them quicker. So when a race starts to get hard, you're at mile 22 and those legs really start to burn, you don't panic. You've been here before in running and in life, and you just keep moving. Number 3 is a pretty big one: perspective and gratitude. At this age, running does really start to feel like more than just a competition. It's about reflection. It's about therapy. Every run feels like a small thank you to your body, to your health, in this crazy sport that keeps us grounded. You don't take it for granted anymore. Every single mile means something. So I know I ran through those pros pretty quick, but let's just say that at the end of the day, there are some cons, and I know recovery takes a little bit longer, and I know that sleep is really, really crucial, and if that goes poorly, then everything else kind of goes poorly, and you can't get back really, really quick. And I know that those life stressors really, really get in the way. But you're wiser, you're more patient, and you're more resilient than you've ever been in your life. If anything, I kind of think of running in your 40s and training for a marathon as sort of the sweet spot. You're more resilient, you're more consistent, and you've got perspective. So if you are in your 40s or you are beyond and you're training for a marathon later on at the end of the year, or you're looking ahead to the spring marathons, and you've got some tips or some perspectives, some things you'd like to say about just how awesome it is to be a little bit older and training for that big race, put that in the comment section down below. If you're currently not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button. If you're a long-time subscriber from the bottom of my midsole,
Thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to me that you tune in to these videos. Guys, my name is Matt, and this has been What Matters to Matt, and ultimately what matters to me most is my family. I will see you in the next video.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.